All right. Well, welcome to SIBA's annual meeting. I want to thank you guys for coming. I am Julia Davis. I am your SIBA board president for those of you who do not know. So I thank you for joining us and taking time out of this afternoon. Of course, on the call with me is SIBA staff as well as the rest of the board. So we're just going to kind of recap some things and of course open up for questions at some point. But before I pass it on, I did want to acknowledge Jamie Anderson. If she could just wave her hand so we know where she is. Thank you, thank you. So Jamie will be, as you know, we had an election this year. Jamie will actually be off at the end of the year. So I truly we've been serving. She is your secretary and has been for the last 2 years. She's been doing amazing work. In addition to her regular just board duties. Our two officers, of course, as president and secretary, we take on a little extra. So it has been great having her by my side as well as the other board members. But I am going to be sad to see her go. Of course, always excited for new board members, but she has been great in this journey. And I just did not want to go on without this meeting, go any further without this meeting, on this meeting without acknowledging all the hard work you have done, and you are truly, truly appreciated, and will truly be missed. So again, thank you. So let's go ahead and move on. Melissa, you want to talk about some of the work that we've been doing this past year?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Melissa Taylor. I'm one of the owners of eShavers. I'm one of your board members. So last year, the board took on the giant task of updating SIBA's bylaws. And this year, we did an equally large task of updating SIBA's governance policies. And we are on track to get those completely finished by the end of this year. A lot of work has been done by Jamie. As Julia said, she has been sort of instrumental in getting this done. So we're really excited to get it finished before Jamie goes off of the board. One of the things that we are going to work on as well as part of the governance policies is some changes to our ends policies. And this is from feedback that we got from members at New Voices, New Rooms when we got to speak to people at the town hall. So we're really excited to change these and get them updated, new language, and an accurate reflection of where SIBA is today. And I'm going to pass it over to Jamie now.
Well, let me mute myself. So we presented this at the town hall at New Voices, New Rooms, and we just kind of wanted to remind everybody because this is one of the big things staff did this year as well, and that's our inclusivity statement. Nikki just posted a direct link to it. So on April 15th, the board elected to strengthen the organization's commitment to equity and declare its dedication to inclusivity and diversity by releasing an official SIBA inclusivity statement. It builds on goals of our earlier anti-racist statement. It opens with SIBA is committed to anti-racism, representation, inclusion, equity, and access in all that we do. We believe that diversity and diverse perspectives make our organization stronger and are committed to equity, dignity, and diversity for all peoples. Again, Nikki has posted the link in the chat, and I believe it's also, on the website, which we'll be going through a little bit of a redo soon, and Linda Marie will be telling us about that later, but that's the inclusivity statement.
Raina, would you mind? I'm going to pass it over to you.
Yeah, we're gonna hi, I'm Raina Nielsen. I'm one of your board members. I also am a bookseller at Blue Cypress Books and the owner of Book Banter Books, which staff is about to join SIBA, so that's very exciting. I am going to talk to us a little bit about committees. So One of the things that the board has really been talking about through this entire year and was reinforced at New Voices, New Rooms is the board member connections, ways that the board can be more on the ground with working with members and learning what our membership really wants to see in SIBA and how we can all work together to make those things happen. So in the coming year, we are going to start some committees, and those committees can be made up of only board members or only member representatives or both, and we're hoping to do a mix of both on all of our committees. So again, with that board member connection, the first one that we're going to get started with is a benefits committee. We're really working to look at the other regional organizations and what benefits they offer, and also talk to our membership and hear what benefits y'all would like to see SIBA have. We're going to take those two things, put them together, and kind of decide which ones we can do and start implementing those as quickly as possible. It's a long process, but that is the end goal. And then after that one is very successful, which we know it will be, we're going to look into starting other committees, on other subjects, and really use those to strengthen the bonds between the board and membership moving forward. So I think then after that, we're going to go to Christina with the voting results.
Hi, everyone. It's Christina Nosti. I'm the Events and Programming Director at Books and Books in Miami, Florida. I'm on the SIBA board. It's been quite the year. Oh my gosh. Can everyone believe it's like November on Saturday? I can't. But anyway, it's been a very productive, very wonderful year. I would like to share the voting results of our recent board election. We needed 70 votes to reach our 25% quorum of voting members. 76 member stores voted in the election. The goal of the SIBA board is 100% voting participation. We need a volunteer board member for voting results and to welcome Dave Lucy. I'm welcoming Dave Lucy. I don't know if Dave Lucy is here, though. I don't know. I don't see him on here. But anyway, officially, Dave Lucy is the co-owner with his wife, Suzanne, of Page 158 Books in Wake Forest, North Carolina, and he will be joining the SIBA board in January 2026. So welcome, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks to the board members for giving an update on all the work we've been doing. And I just want to show how much I appreciate the board and everything they have been going on and working on throughout this year. Dave Lucy, and again, there's so many people on the screen, so I'm not sure if he's here, but we are welcoming him, of course, for the January board. So we're excited about that. I now want to pass it over to Linda Marie so she can talk to us about the state of SIBA.
Thank you, Julia. Hi, everyone. I really appreciate this opportunity to update you on the state of SIBA. So I'm going to start with some big news. This year, SIBA turned 50. So a big thank you to the folks who created our organization in 1975. One of the founders, Jim Barkley, shared that SIBA had its first meeting at the Red Carpet Inn in Altamont Springs, Florida. And it started out as an association that represented only Florida. And today, SIBA represents 11 states across the South. So we are where we are today as a strong, engaged, and rapidly growing organization because of the work of others before us, including the former executive director, Wanda Jewell, so many hardworking board members and SIBA staff, and the many booksellers throughout the years who have provided mentorship and education to their colleagues. One of the most important values of our organization is community. We are at heart a community of Southern independent booksellers who connect authors and books with readers on a local level, often in person. And that's a value and a reality that cannot be replaced by AI or Amazon in any form. Our work and the work of the SIBA staff and board is to nurture the many ways we can be in community with each other and to provide the tools and resources so our members, the independent bookstores, can thrive and survive. and that's what guides our work and is the heart of our mission. So I want to take a moment to thank the SIBA team for working so hard all year to bring members programming, information, networking opportunities, and a huge conference in Atlanta. We're a team of 5 people, and it is amazing what this group can do. They are 100% committed to our SIBA membership, and if there's any challenge, they are up for it. So thank you, SIBA team, and thanks also to the SIBA board, who so thoughtfully guide our organization now and into the future. SIBA currently has 290 bookstore members, which is an increase of 70 stores in 2025. That represents a 31% increase this year. We have had huge growth as well in the participation in our programming, from the spring March Madness gatherings, which included 147 booksellers and marked a 29% increase from the year before, to NVNR, where we hosted a whopping 221 SIBA booksellers, representing 118 SIBA stores. SIBA also hosted virtual events throughout the year, with various focuses on education, member benefits, networking with publishers, and networking bookseller to bookseller. Our SIBA catalogs averaged between the holiday and summer catalogs a 26% growth in participation over last year. We also released our newest program for members, our Anti-Racism Training Toolkit. We created this training toolkit, which evolved from our 21-day Racial Equity Challenge, to support our member bookstores in educating staff and community on how anti-racism, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging enriches and better connects all of us. Financially, SIBA is stable, though we anticipate that the NVNR conference will likely be at a loss. We anticipate less than $10,000 loss after we collect all revenue, which is all considered manageable considering the huge increase in conference costs this year over last year. We also expect our holiday catalog revenue to come in $15,000 below budgeted revenue. A shortfall in catalog revenue tracks with all the other regional associations nationally, where, ironically, more booksellers than ever are showing increasing support and engagement, while publisher support is waning. We see this as a lost opportunity for publishers, who instead could use bookseller enthusiasm for this fourth quarter marketing tool to their advantage. So we're working on publisher outreach to address this. When SIBA realized we had extra space in our holiday catalog, we offered that space freely to small publishers who had lost NEA grants this year and have long supported SIBA. In a similar way, when the NEA grants were announced, that the grant cuts were announced earlier in the year, SIBA reached out to all small publishers nationally who were affected and offered a free promotion in our newsletters to booksellers and consumers. And in partnership with NABA at our New Voices, New Rooms conference, we again offer deeply discounted or free exhibit and author opportunities to publishers affected by the NEA grant cuts. SIBA stands with other members of our industry community to support each other during difficult times like these. SIBA increased the number of scholarships and grants this year to booksellers attending our in-person gatherings in March and August. And SIBA also increased support for SIBA booksellers participating in the Professional Bookseller School, of which SIBA is a sponsor. So I'm going to end my part now, as I wanted to shift your attention to the biggest project of 2025, which we call SIBA's Bright Future. The Bright Future project includes a transition to a new website and member platform, as well as our newly updated logo. Our team is actively working on this transition, which involves a complete redesign of the website, cleaning up of member data, and detailed work on content, accessibility, ease of use for our members, and so much more. Our team has done a comprehensive review of all regional and national industry websites to bring the best of the best to what we are creating for our membership. And I'm so excited by what I know will be the end result. So I'm going to turn things over to Nikki, who is the project manager.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am normally in your inboxes as SIBA's communications person, person who floods your inboxes every week with numerous emails. The transition that SIBA is doing is actually very, very exciting. I've been through a lot of SIBA transitions to different platforms and systems, and this one is definitely the most exciting one that I think we've ever been through. The reason why it became imperative that we do this and do this sooner rather than later was that not only was our website out of date and in the platform increasingly not a good fit for the kind of member organization that we are and the kind of members that SIBA serves, but it was built at a time when SIBA's membership was very different than it is now. And most importantly, it was becoming really hard for members to use, which prevented people from taking advantage of a lot of SIBA's programs and resources. And when you have people reluctant to engage because just signing into their account is kind of a hassle, then that's a big sign that things need to change. So what we're doing, SIBA's main priority in this whole process is to build something that is responsive to its core member bookstores and addresses their priorities. It's a big project to move a membership database and website content to new systems, but it's also been a good opportunity to take a close look at everything on the site and do some housekeeping. One of our main concerns is to make things easy to find, because we've heard that there's so much on the site, it's very hard to find things. So make things easy to find without being overwhelming, but also without losing important institutional memory at the same time. And also a website redesign in particular was necessary to correct a lot of lingering accessibility issues that was actually beyond SIBA's power to fix with our current system. So what that looks like in the near future, SIBA's database is being updated to better fit the wider range of business models that our members represent now. It will be easier for bookstores to add their staff and employees or secondary locations into the database if they want to. It will be easier for those same staff employees to take advantage of the member benefits they have access to by virtue of being an employee of a member bookstore. The website content will be reorganized to bring programs and member benefits front and center so that they are easier to find. And there will be easier access to member-only resources like directories of sales reps and our peer bookseller resource library, things like that. And another thing that happened once the transition is made is that members will have better control over the kind of email that they receive from SIBA. Right now, it's a sort of on or off switch. You can either subscribe or unsubscribe to SIBA email, but once we've completed this transition, you'll have some more choices about the kind of email that you want to receive. The site will also, I think, make it easier for industry partners like publishers and authors to engage with SIBA and invest in support SIBA bookstores, submitting authors for programs, sponsoring events, reserving promotional campaigns will be much more straightforward and easier to do. So right now, SIBA's calendar plans on making this transition in the middle of November. So far, we're on track with that. So fingers crossed that we keep it up. And as far as what SIBA booksellers or any SIBA member will have to do during this transition, the only thing that will happen is that once we've moved over to our new platform, you will have to recreate your login credentials to get to your account. But that's it. Everything else will be taken care of. And I think that's pretty much everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you for SIBA staff for reporting on everything. It's been a great year. We're excited, of course, to see all the changes, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. But we wanted to open up to any questions that you may have, questions, comments, concerns, while we are here. We would love to hear from you. And if you're not comfortable going on screen, of course, you can just drop something in the chat and we'll do our best to answer right now. There's no questions mean we did a fabulous job of presenting and everybody is happy. Yes, Linda Marie.
There's a question from Claire about whether NVNR 2026 has been scheduled. We don't have the dates yet. They will be around the same time frame as last year. We are currently looking at hotels in the Baltimore area. As soon as we have those dates, we will share them.
Kat says she's excited for the new website. I think we all are. I'm really excited. Of course, excited about all the changes that we have going on. We always want to make sure you know that the board is always accessible through email if you need to reach out to us. You don't have to wait, of course, for a scheduled meeting. It is very important for us as a board to have that member linkage. So we want to hear from you. We want to know what you would like us to do. So please always feel free to reach out and let us know. Of course, Linda Marie and staff are always there as well. Melissa, it looks like you had your hand up.
Oh, I just wanted to say really quickly, where we talked about the committees, that if anybody is interested in possibly serving on a committee, not necessarily the benefits one, but anything that we may develop in the future, if you would shoot one of us an email or let Linda Marie know that you're interested in serving on a committee, that would be excellent. Thank you.
Thank you for doing that, Melissa. I appreciate it. I see another question in the chat, Linda Marie.
Yes, so we are actively working on the March Madness schedule too. So we hope to have that in the next couple of weeks. So Claire, as soon as we have that, we'll make an announcement in our newsletter. If you're one of the stores that submitted an application, we'll reach out to you too.
There's a question, as committees are created, will there be calls for folks to join? Yes, absolutely. Since committees are definitely a new realm for us, we want to, of course, make sure we have everything on our end first before we make those announcements. But yes, we will be doing the reach out and the call for those, and hopefully can have a lot of participation, because again, we would love to we want to hear from you. We want to do what's best for the organization. It looks like Nikki did put our contact information in the chat as well. So that's an easy access link to get to all of us. I'll apologize in advance because my email is really long. But I digress. Are there any other questions, comments, anything else we could assist? I think that might be it, ladies, gentlemen. So I want to thank everyone again for your time. I know taking time out of in the middle of the afternoon is not always an easy thing, so we do appreciate it. And especially as we get ready to hit holiday season, everyone. So I do wish everyone a successful, busy holiday season. Does any other board member want to say anything before we log off? All right,
I'll
Linda
just
Marie,
reiterate real
staff.
quick, thank you. Thank you all. Like, it's amazing that you guys showed up and that we were all able to like be in the same space together. That's always a special moment, and to do it under the SIBA umbrella. Just thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, and also thank you to the staff for the work that you're doing on transitioning to the new membership system and the new website. Like, we understand that that's a lot of work and we're super excited to see it. So thank you all for everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Yes. And yes, thank you, Jamie Anderson, once again.
Thank you, Jamie.
We almost had all the J's back together
We
today.
did.
Yeah, the 3 Jamies at least for a hot minute.
Yes.
Thank you to the SIBA staff, and thank you to Linda Marie for all of your wonderful efforts this year.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think that is it. I think you guys can have some time back.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You guys have an amazing day. And thank you so much for joining us.